Wizzle promises to offer a bank-in-a-box solution to make it simple for anyone to buy or sell or hold or transfer between crypto and fiat currencies. Wizzle is seeking to promote the mass adoption of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency by giving everyone, everywhere, access to these financial services and more. In today's ICO interview video, we're going to be sitting down with Mark Noorlander of Wizzle and talking about their platform, their mission, their vision, and how they're seeking to bring blockchain technology to the masses. Also, be sure to stick around to the end of the interview where we're going to be giving away 10 co-branded Wizzle Minting Coins hoodies to 10 of our lucky viewing audience members. They're going to be really cool physical assets which are going to be integrated with digital assets. So be sure to stick around to the end of the interview to learn more about that and check out the link in the show notes below. Without further ado, let's jump right into the interview and let's discuss. Hey everybody, and I am here with Mark Noorlander with the Wizzle team, part of the business development team of Wizzle, the managing director of operations with Wizzle and the Wizzle Infinity ICO. Wizzle is promising to offer local access to blockchain technology, to blockchain solutions with simple and accessible cryptocurrency solution, the Wizzle in a box. Mark, thank you very much for being here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very fine. I'm very pleased to be in your show today. First I want to say hi to the audience, and let's talk a little bit about what our mission is.
Yeah. Well, real quick, before we get into the meat and potatoes of Wizzle and what the mission of Wizzle is, I'm interested, when did you first learn about Bitcoin and blockchain technology? When did you first discover this revolutionary technology that the whole world is revolving around?
About 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, me and my technical partner were building a system for prediction markets. And at one moment we tried to get the security around it, and that is not that easy. After talking to a few people and doing some researches on the internet, we found this new technology called blockchain technology. There were these Ethereum-based two programs, Augur and Gnosis, which were providing prediction markets, or which is really close to sport betting and everything. So we dived into that. After reading about what their mission was and how what blockchain technology can do, we decided to drop the prediction market platform that we were building and started to dive deeper into blockchain technology and became dedicated to that.
Cool. So at first you guys were interested in prediction markets, and then you were looking at ways to enhance the prediction markets. You discovered blockchain technology. You said this was in 2015?
Yeah, end of 2015. So about 2.5 years ago now. That's when we started. And first we set up some miners just to get the Ether, because we were really Ethereum based, and it was not that easy at that moment to buy them. So we said, okay, let's go and mine them, so we can try to use them and see how all these new platforms will work with Ether. So that was actually the first time that we get into the blockchain.
And then once you discovered the blockchain technology, then you sort of pivoted away from the prediction markets and you started developing other applications?
Yes, prediction market is what we made with our team. We did about half a year ago. We created a prediction market based on Gnosis, but more to explore the platform and not about the prediction market. We did a snow prediction platform. We built it but that was basically to test their system and not about the prediction anymore, because we are at this moment only focusing on blockchain technology. And about 2 years ago, when after we learned a little bit more, we decided to go and launch an own product. We had some very good ideas, But the first thing that is needed is how can you buy and how can you sell cryptocurrencies and make that easy for everyone. So that's what we said, like we can build everything, like we can build very, very difficult protocols. But in the end, what we really need is a system which makes it easy for everyone to use the cryptocurrencies. So that's when we decided to go and build on Wizzle.
So you guys already had a team in place in 2015. You discovered blockchain technology, and through your own experiences realized that buying and selling the cryptocurrency, the virtual currency, was really difficult. And so did you pivot your whole team away from the general blockchain technology development, and you pivoted? Did you pivot that whole team toward the Wizzle product?
Yes, yeah, that's correct. But yeah, it's not that we took them all away from, because you need to integrate everything. So it's not so easy. It's not just buying. It is not just building a platform. It's like discovering how all systems work. We have to build the risk managers, fund managers. We have to install all nodes. But this is all basic for blockchain technology. So actually, we went from more from building traditional applications to blockchain-based applications. So that's how we also call ourselves, like we are a blockchain studio instead of a software development company.
Right. So it's not as if you just started in 2016 or 2017. You really started before anyone was really talking about this technology at all, really before
Yes.
you were even able to purchase it. And so so it sounds as if there's, you have a lot of people in place because there's a lot of considerations around technology, blockchain
exactly.
technology.
We have at the moment about 20 to 25 developers working for us.
Wow.
We have a team of 5 graphic designers based in Milan. And of course the business development, the legal counsels, the advisors. The whole team, I think if you count also the advisors, then we are around 50 people at the moment.
Yeah, that seems pretty healthy, especially with over 20 developers or so. I know there's a lot of projects that are struggling to have just 2 developers. So if you have 20 developers,
Yes.
that's definitely significant in the space, right?
Yeah, that is one of our strongest points. If something needs to be built, we can do it quite fast. It's not that we say like we put one guy on it for 7 months. No, we say we put one team on it, and in a few weeks we have a working product.
Right. Wow. So Wizzle, I guess that brings us to Wizzle, and with Wizzle is sort of being described as a bank in a box, a solution that is a platform which could then be opened up in different countries around the world, where the Wizzle platform would, as we understand it, work with the regulators of the local countries, the local jurisdictions, and then to open up services, cryptocurrency and banking services through the Wizzle platform locally.
Yes, correct.
And so
that's one of the things. When we were building this platform, first we wanted to build it only for the Netherlands. That was like in the very, very beginning. And then, but because we have also a team in Milan and in Banja Luka, Bosnia, we said like, but actually we would also want to have in these countries our platform up and running. So let's build a system which can be used in different countries. And from that moment, we said like, but if we're going to launch it in more different countries, that would be very difficult, because actually then you don't have a blockchain company and not a development company, but more a law, like a law firm. Because for each country you need to have you need to know all the government regulations and the restrictions, and so we said like it's better that a local party take care of that. And so we decided, at that moment, to create a franchisee concept. Instead of that, we will do everything ourselves. So we built the software where country operators can use in their own country, implementing the government regulations and the local rules to apply to.
Yeah, that's really interesting. It seems as if you're shooting for this hybrid model between decentralized blockchain technology with a centralized component. What would you say about that phrasing right there?
Yeah, no, that's completely true. We truly think that it is impossible to keep blockchain technology completely decentralized without government regulations. So we think this is, yeah. Eventually, the government will think something about it. So you better be prepared for that, and that's why we decided to do a concept like this.
Well, and so just a little commentary from my end. It seems as if with decentralized blockchain technology, we have the Bitcoin network, we have the Ethereum network, and those are decentralized peer-to-peer public services, public utilities. Those are still going to exist. Those are still going to be decentralized and not really, have an opinion about government regulation. But Wizzle is going to be building this essentially an interface between the masses and the existing fiat system and the cryptocurrency system. So it's
exactly. That is exactly what we do, because we do believe in the decentralized blockchain technology. So like Ethereum and Bitcoin, we think these networks are extremely strong, but we don't think that it can be successful without a bridge between the current law, the current regulations, and the decentralized network.
Mm-hmm. So when people are hearing about banks and new banking companies, it's typically it seems as if it's a cold, not very fun sort of topic. That there's a little bit of distance between the idea of banks and people's general appetite. So with that being said, and Wizzle being a bank in a box, what would you speak to in terms of your mission and your vision of being a new bank for people around the world?
Because this is also new, it's very interesting. There is also a lot to discover, and people still need to learn a lot. So that is also a role for the country operator. We can learn from all the previous project that has been done in the last 20, 30 years, and implementate all good things, in our opinion, into our services. So that is what we also find extremely exciting. Like, for example, if you look on in our products, we created an ATM, which is more like a kiosk or like a smart ATM with a lot of functionalities in it. And it's also extremely fun to work on it. So also with the team discussing like how we want to let it function and what we need in it, and which integrations that we want to use. That is extremely nice and fun to do.
So Wizzle is looking at banking in a different way for different people around the world, and so and you already have working products and systems in the Netherlands. Is that accurate?
Yeah, correct.
Does that include
that's correct.
Does that include the ATM, the debit card system, and the point of sale system, or what's their status?
So the mobile application works. The desktop version is live. The ATM is working. The point of sale machine is working. The debit card is actually the easiest integration of all of them. Because it just works very simple. You sell some of your cryptocurrencies, and instead of that you let the money go to your bank account, your debit card will be upgraded on any spot of the world, and you can directly use it. But this thing is a thing while we're also looking at other projects. Like there are many debit card projects at the moment on blockchain technology around, and none of them are really strong and live. So we want to see what's going on there. So it's probably the easiest integration, but it will be the last one because of government regulations, and which we will put live.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I know there's a lot of complexity with the credit card and the debit card systems, and a lot of people are interested in at what point the settlement process happens. So will merchants be able to settle in cryptocurrency or fiat, or will they have their option of choosing how that?
They have option to choose, of course. They have option to choose. Well, what we actually build is okay. Let me explain a little bit what we built. We built a buy-sell system, which makes it easy for buying and selling cryptocurrency. So you can go from fiat to crypto, or from crypto to fiat currencies. Then we built a payment system, which is an integration, which is where you can buy, where you can pay your bills with. So, for example, if you want to pay your landlord, let's say $1,000 each month, but you don't want to use, you don't have a bank account, but you do have cryptocurrencies, you can just use our system and say, I want to pay my landlord $1,000. Then a screen pops up and says like, this is this amount of Bitcoin or this amount of Ether. Please transfer it to this account, and then the landlord will be paid in the local currencies. We found that very interesting because we saw at one moment a trend coming up, which are the DAOs, the completely decentralized companies, which don't have bank accounts. So to have they need service providers to pay their bills in the real world. So a system like a payment system is necessary for them to do that. If you only work digital and you don't have a bank account, you cannot pay your normal bills. Then we built, because we have these integrations, we decided to build a merchant tool, which is actually a tool which can be implemented in a web shop, just like PayPal or MasterCard or any other solutions, but that you can pay your buyings with cryptocurrencies, and that the merchant just get his local fiat currency as a payment. And then the last and fourth product that we built is a token factory, where you can just easily create your own tokens and list them on our platform. It's basically for smaller amount of tokens.
So that's really interesting. So, so if I had this correct, it's really the full ecosystem of allowing consumers to buy and sell between fiat and cryptocurrencies, allowing a payment systems for anybody to pay anybody anywhere with either fiat or cryptocurrencies, and for that to settle as the recipient chooses. Sounds as if you have a web-based version of that as well for people's e-commerce platforms. And then on top of that, there's a system of ATMs and a token factory, so anybody can create their own token on top of the Wizzle platform. So that's correct. Wow, so that's a huge ecosystem, and so that's a whole ecosystem. So going back to the beginning of the conversation, which is sort of this platform, which is Wizzle. And then if I have this right, underneath Wizzle, this is all currently working for one of the country operators, and that first country operator is in the Netherlands?
Yeah, that's correct. In the Netherlands, at this moment during the ICO, we decided to take everything offline. It's extremely difficult to give services to customers and doing an ICO with the same services. And we only have one team, although our team is very big. But to have this product live and running, we actually should have a second team. So at this moment it's not live, but it was live in the months before. So everything is tested, and the country operator, the Dutch country operator, we had everything live already in the Netherlands.
Got it. And so I'm not well versed on the politics and the regulatory actions involving cryptocurrencies in the Netherlands. I can only assume that there's some amount of synergy with the regulators in the Netherlands working with the cryptocurrency industry. On average, would you say that's relatively true?
Yeah, the Dutch government is not easy. They are following the rules of the European Union, but at this moment, like in the last few days, our politicians are actually giving more statements. Like we want it to be more difficult for ICOs to raise funds. We want cryptocurrency to be more regulated. The Netherlands is not a very easy country to start, but we decided like if we cannot do it in the Netherlands, we actually don't want to do it anywhere. So we could have chosen some kind of tropical island where we can do everything without any regulations. But actually we want to do this with full regulations so that we can show how it works and see what can be done and cannot be done.
Okay, so it wasn't as clear cut. It wasn't a smooth sailing to get set up in the Netherlands. But
no, for sure not.
Got it. And so So do you have any stories or any conversations you could share with regulators, Dutch regulators, and what they, in terms of how they, with the recent statements of them thinking, as you just said, that there should be more regulation on cryptocurrencies and ICOs should be more difficult. When they talk with Wizzle, are they open to your acceptance into the industry, or are you part of the group of ICOs that they're trying to make more difficult to exist?
Yeah, this is like a little bit where we also get sometimes confused. When you talk to the regulators, they mostly say like, yeah, we are really open for all these new technologies and all these things that are getting built, and we are very excited about it and we want to be upfront. But on the other hand, they are warning like extremely hard on all media to warn people by like cryptocurrencies can be dangerous and you have to be careful, which we also understand, but they are open-minded for sure. What we did find out that because it's still all new. For example, if you want to register your company and you want your stocks to be registered on a blockchain, and you go to notary, then he doesn't know anything about it. So setting up a company took us about 9 months of the notaries doing research about setting up the company while we were giving them all the information, and they are also scared. So they say like, yeah, we are not sure if it's allowed, or so it is interesting, but you can see that it's still, everything needs to be discovered.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of new territory, and you were talking about how projects involved in cryptocurrency need to make payments in the real world. We think at some point, maybe in just a couple of years, cryptocurrencies will be the real world, but we're not there quite yet in 2018. So there's definitely a lot of uncertainty from a country by country basis. So,
yeah, that's what we also think.
So with that, I'm interested to know, have you received a lot of feedback or a lot of inquiries about people wanting to become country operators or franchisees to open up their own bank accounts in countries around the world? And what sort of percentage of demand has come from America?
I will tell you a little bit about the analytics, because that's what we doing. That is one of the important things of this ICO for us, to get to get numbers and find out what where we have to do what, in which countries are at this moment open for it, and which countries are interested. And there are a few surprising things. For example, there's a lot of interest coming from Vietnam, for example, from Iran, from Turkey. Nigeria is one of the biggest crypto countries in which we founded. There is a lot of interest from the United States, but from certain areas. So, of course, Vegas, Chicago, New York, Miami. That was where we have people asking us, like, can we be the country operator for, and in this case, state is more state operator for the United States.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, because I think for the United States it's a little bit too difficult to say like there's one country operator. So we at this moment we are more focusing on states. For example, in other countries like in Spain, if somebody wants to have the reseller license for like a certain part of Spain, for example, there was somebody in Ibiza who was interested. Yeah, then we say like you will be a reseller of the Spanish country operator. But I think for the United States, it's better to divide it in states.
So there's only going to be one country operator for Spain, and then in the United States, there's likely only going to be only one country operator for each of the states?
Yes, it will be likely like that. We are still, okay, for example, if there is a party who says, like, I want to be the state operator for these 4, 5, 6, 7 states, that can, of course, be done. But it can never be that there are two operators in the same area working. That is the only thing that is not possible.
That's really interesting. And so for someone to be a country operator, I'm interested, what roughly would that take? I know a lot of people are just interested in tokens and maybe holding tokens. I'm interested in terms of being a country operator. Does that require so many number of Wizzle tokens?
Okay, so a country operator, it's not about the financial part. It's more about how they can can provide the local presence. Like, we find it way more important that they can educate the people correctly, that they can advise, that they have knowledge about regulations. So it's not that we want a full business plan from every country operator, but at least we want to know what their experience are. Like, if somebody says like, yeah, I want to become an entrepreneur and I don't have any experience and I want to step into this field, then we think it's a bit difficult to become a country operator from out of nowhere. But if people who have already some experience or are willing to learn fast, then we can help setting them up. It's a little bit like every individual country will be. We will look into it separately. And at this moment, there's a lot of reactions coming up from all over the world.
So that's very interesting how there's the demand from so many people, not just in regard to the token, but also in regard to building the platform and being the franchisee for this platform moving up around the world. So with your experience in blockchain technology development, with your experience building Wizzle, what have you learned being a business entrepreneur in the blockchain industry? What would you like to share with other people who are interested?
One of the things, what we always say, like blockchain technology is going so fast. Like, we call it, every month is a blockchain year. That's how we call it. Like, there's so much going on, and if you sit still for a second, you're already behind. So and that is also a bit of the exciting part. And what the things that we like a lot is that the community and the people are getting more educated in this field. For example, at the conferences, in the beginning we were like with 6-7 people on an Ethereum development meetups, and now it's already like 100 to 150 people at a meetup. With very interesting and intelligent questions, and everyone is willing to discuss the solutions for problems. So yeah, we see a big growth in the last 6-7 months. That is also why we decided to do an ICO, because we postponed it from about in the last 2 years. We said like no, it's not time for us to do an ICO. We don't think we fit in this ICO field. And actually, at this moment, there are many ICOs ongoing where we think that we will fit in. Like they are having strong products, they are having a good development teams, they are trying to make solutions for problems that are not created for the blockchain to solve, but that are really there and which blockchain technology can solve. So yeah, we find that at this moment, the environment is getting more interesting at this moment. So that's when we also decided to go and do this ICO.
And so with the Wizzle ICO, there's Wizzle and then there's the Wizzle Infinity token. Really quickly, is that the separation? Is that there's Wizzle the platform and the Wizzle Infinity is referring to the token? Is that the terminology?
Yes, yeah, correct. Wizzle Infinity is a utility token, so it's like a loyalty point, which you can spend on our platform to do transactions. And you can lock the token to get every month 1% extra tokens. So you get an incentive by locking the token up, which is also very interesting. That's why we called it Wizzle Infinity. So if you buy a certain amount of tokens and you lock them up all, then you have infinite tokens for buying and selling on our platform.
Right. So I think there's 100,000 Wizzle Infinity tokens to lock for a minimum to lock that up.
Yeah,
and I saw on the website that the app is going to be released soon, but you might have mentioned the app is already complete.
The app is already for I think about 1 year on my mobile phone.
Okay.
So we tested it already a lot. But the most important thing to release the app is the payment provider in the country. So at one what I said, we pushed it already live. For a certain period, and then we took it offline again to improve and especially during this ICO to serve the ICO instead of serve the platform. We think in this moment all our manpower is needed to guide us through this ICO. every day there are new problems or new. A problem is maybe not the word, but challenges which we have to solve, and we don't think we can do both at the same time.
Right. So speaking of challenges yet to be solved, if this really takes off and a lot of people are using this platform and the mission and the vision of Wizzle to bring cryptocurrency to the masses, to increase the visibility, the awareness, and the usage of blockchain technology for everyday users, then I would imagine this technology is going to hit a wall with the scaling issue that everyone is talking about everywhere. What do you think about scaling with Wizzle? Is this something that you guys are looking at for Lightning or Raiden, or how do these scaling solutions fit, and what do you think is the future of scaling?
Yes, we are looking in, of course, in Lightning, in Raiden, but at the moment even more in Plasma. Today we heard an election of Vitalik about Plasma. It is very interesting, and we think this might be one of the solutions to scale up, because the scalability, exactly what you said, is one of the biggest problems with blockchain technology. For small projects, it's not a problem at all. But if you have a huge payment platform and for example, if you have the size of Mastercard or Visa, then it's impossible to use blockchain technology to do all these transactions on. So we are really looking into systems like solutions like Plasma. And at this moment, they look very promising. So for us, it's we are getting excited about it, and one of our teams is already looking into it.
That's very interesting. We keep on hearing people talk about it, and we hear its progress almost every single day. And at some point, it'll be really exciting when that breakthrough does come about.
Yeah, we are also looking forward for this, also for other problems on blockchain technology. Not only the payment problems, but also other things need to be. For other things, you need scalability of the chain. So the sidechain solutions are, in our opinion, very strong to implement.
Interesting, excellent. So Wizzle seems to have a very strong foundation. About 50 people part of the company, over 20 of them are developers. You guys already have working products. You guys have already figured out a lot of the problems with the people, the processes, and the infrastructure, especially as it relates to the governments and the regulators in the Netherlands with the Dutch government. You guys seem to have this strong platform to really expand out into the rest of the world. And I suppose time is going to be the ultimate judge, but what do you think are going to be the barriers to or the obstacles toward your ultimate success, and what are you most excited about the future?
We are for sure. We are excited for the period after the ICO. Okay. The ICO is very interesting. It's for me personally a big challenge to do it. But we are we are extremely excited about the period after the ICO. This is also one of the reasons why we don't have a soft cap, because we don't need a soft cap to finalize our products. A lot of ICOs have a soft cap built in, like if we don't raise a minimum of this amount of money, then we cannot build our product. But yeah, that is not that is not for us. So we are really looking forward to have at the end of the year a minimum of now I always say 7 countries where the Wizzle platform is running. That is like where we are really looking forward. Also, the whole team is looking forward to this. Like let's start and implement, but not implement like software, but implement the business implementation.
Yeah, that's going to be very exciting for you and for everybody, and also in the market overall. At least I would assume so. Yeah,
there are so many exciting potential users at the moment. If you see on our Facebook, on our Telegram group, everyone is excited about it. Like everyone who read the white paper says, like, whoa, when is this coming in my country? When can I use it? So yeah, that gives also a lot of energy to go and do it. When people are enthusiastic, that gives the extra energy.
Yeah, we see a lot of excitement in the Telegram group for sure. It's definitely reflected. All right, so on a side note, is there anything else you wanted to talk about, or should we start wrapping up the show?
No, I also really want to thank you for this interview and also explaining a lot about projects like ours and other projects, because I think that that gives a lot of people extra knowledge about blockchain technology, and it gives trust when influencers are talking about it and explaining, and that we get the chance to explain our platform better. It's a big opportunity to create trust in the community, and that is I think that is very important at this moment. To have the trust from the people.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's really all about trust, and especially in a decentralized world with blockchain technology, it goes beyond trust and it goes to the realm of verification, and us learning who people are in this space and trusting them and knowing them and liking them, and then verifying what they say as actually matches up with the actions that they follow through. And so this has been very informative, very insightful. There's a lot of information that we covered to get to know you and to get to know Wizzle. And I think that, you know, speaking for myself, I'm going to be very excited to see Wizzle through the ICO and to watch Wizzle as you guys start opening up country operators, you know, by the end of the year.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. We are also looking forward.
Cool. Also, for everyone watching the show, Wizzle is going to be providing some co-branded Wizzle minting coins hoodies. So, yeah, correct. Anything you want to say about that?
And they look very cool. They are. They look very cool. I wanted to say something about one thing about that. We created the co-branded hoodies, and they have some very exciting extra feature in it. Because every hoodie has a NFC chip inside, which you can register on the blockchain with an ERC-721 protocol. It's more or less the same protocol as CryptoKitties is built on. Yeah. So non-fungible token. So everyone who receives the hoodie can tag it on in our app and of course can transfer it. But then you have a real. It proves the authenticity of the hoodie. So we build in some extra feature of which is possible of the blockchain technology, which we have in house. So we decided to add it to the hoodies instead of giving just a co-branded hoodie. It's a co-branded hoodie with a proof of authentication.
Yeah, it's an actual physical asset merged with a digital asset. It sounds. That's
correctly.
Very interesting.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Wow. That's that really takes us to the next level, I think.
Yeah, and that is what we like to do as well as a company. We try to bring things to the next level.
Interesting. Wow. Well, Mark, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for talking with us and giving us more insight about Wizzle and the Wizzle Infinity token ICO. Thank you very much. And anything else you want to say before we close off?
No, you're more than welcome. Thank you as well for having me in your show.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. I'm glad that together we are minting coins. So that was very interesting. That was very exciting. There was a lot of information that I learned, and I hope that you learned too, about the Wizzle ICO and what they're seeking to do with their mission and vision of bringing cryptocurrency and virtual currency and blockchain adoption to more people around the world, allowing anybody to use cryptocurrency for fiat transactions and to use fiat transactions for cryptocurrency. I think also one of the most important takeaways that I had from this interview was hearing about the difficulty in getting the first countries set up. It's not going to be smooth sailing. There's a lot of uncertainty with the regulations around the world. And what's interesting is that Wizzle is going to be working with countries, working with regulators through their franchisees to meet the demands of regulation and to meet their mission of bringing blockchain technology to more people. And if you'd like a co-branded Minting Coins Wizzle hoodie, then check out the link in the show notes below. We're going to be giving away 10 of these, and they're really, really cool. These are physical hoodies, and they have a built-in ERC-721 digital asset built right inside. So it's a physical asset, a physical hoodie, and it has a digital asset encoded right into it. It's definitely paving the way of the future, and we think that it's really cool. It's really interesting. We'd love to give you one of these hoodies below. So I would love to know, what do you think? What do you think about Wizzle? What do you think about the Wizzle Infinity token? And what do you think about the Wizzle ICO? Do you think that they are going to be successful in bringing blockchain technology to the masses and creating banking services for people all over the world with blockchain technology? Share your thoughts in the comments box below. Tap that like button because it really supports us and helps people find this content. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And until next time, I'm glad that together we are minting coins.